Hey everyone, Coach Allen here with Crow River Sport and Fitness. Thanks for joining me today. What I'd like to talk about today is, does strength training hurt my joints? One concern I hear often from adults is something like this. I'm worried that lifting weights, it's gonna hurt my joints. Yeah, it's a very common fear. People worry about their knees, their shoulders, and their lower back. So instead of lifting weights, they avoid strength training altogether. But here's the irony. When strength training is done properly and progressively, it often reduces joint pain rather than causing it. To understand why, it helps to look at what actually supports and protects our joints. Joints themselves, they are not designed to handle all the stress of movement alone. They rely heavily on the muscles around them for support. When the muscles are strong and functioning well, they help. They help improve joint alignment, they absorb force more efficiently, and they reduce stress on tendons and ligaments that stabilize the joint. But when those muscles are weak, something else has to absorb the stress. Often that stress, it's transferred directly to the joints. That's when people start noticing things like knee discomfort, shoulder irritation, or lower back pain. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone going down a flight of stairs. Every step requires the muscles around the knee and hip to control the body's descent. If those muscles are strong, they absorb the load and stabilize the joint. But if those muscles are weak, the joint itself ends up taking most of the stress. Over time, the stress can lead to irritation or discomfort. This is where strength training becomes so valuable. Controlled strength training helps build muscles that support the joints. It improves how the body absorbs and distributes force, and it gradually increases the body's tolerance to load. And that last part, it's really important. Our bodies adapt to the stresses we place on them. If we never load our joints and tissues, they don't become more resilient. Avoiding loading doesn't necessarily protect the joints. In many cases, it just means the tissues don't get any stronger. Appropriate loading, done gradually and with good technique, actually helps the joints become more durable. That's why many physical therapy programs, they often include strength exercises, and why when people start strengthening the joint, they feel better. Now, that doesn't mean jumping straight into heavy weights without guidance. Progression matters. Movement quality matters. And loading increase, it must be done gradually. But when strength training is structured and appropriate for the individual, it often becomes one of the most effective tools for reducing joint discomfort. Avoiding load doesn't protect the joints. Preparing them does. Strength training builds the muscles that support the muscles. It improves how your body handles force and helps you stay capable over time. Because the goal, it's not just to avoid pain today, it's to build a body that stays strong, stable, and resilient for years to come. Hey, I'm Coach Allen with Crow River Sport and Fitness. If you like this kind of content, please click like and subscribe. Thank you.